One. What's up, guys? Tatted up. I'm your host, Keegan. Today, I got a special guest. Today, we got Jose over here in the building. How you doing, Jose?
Doing good.
That's great. That's
What's
great.
up, guys?
What's up? How you doing? It's glad to be on the show with me, man. Appreciate you the time to come out here to my podcast. Appreciate everything to talk
For
about
sure.
for anything about the world. So, Jose, tell us a little bit about yourself, about who you are, and what your career majoring into, and
Uh,
you know.
my name is Jose. My career is designer. I design stuff, but I have a side. I
Mhm.
have a handout because production is my little tiny company, but it's not real. But trying to grow little by little.
Oh, that's great. That's great. That's
Right.
cool. That's cool. So, what inspired you? What kind of made you curious about majoring into the career you're in doing right now? Like, what made you go that kind of route of that kind of career field?
It's for my skills. I do a lot of drawing, sketching, and all that stuff.
Okay,
Yeah.
artist. Okay, so you
Yeah.
want to be a drawer, an artist drawer, like making paint.
Sound like a
Uh,
designer, like design
design,
stuff, but mixed with art. Yeah.
a designer. Okay, have you ever tried like those Adobe programs like Illustrator and Photoshop and stuff like that? You ever heard of those
Oh
kind of
yeah,
things?
I did.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
did.
for sure. Okay, that's cool. I didn't. It's cool to be an artist and everything like that.
Right.
What made you have this idea? Like, when did you start wanting to become an artist designer?
Probably 2 years ago.
2 years ago. So
Yeah, 2 years
2018,
ago.
2018. That's when you
Yeah.
started thinking about your career you want to do.
Right.
Is
True.
this
True.
something? Is this something you want to pursue more in the future of your career and all that?
Probably uh start a real business with my own tiny company. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
how's that going so far with the company? Are you building it up still? How's that process
It's
coming in?
doing
It's a
okay.
little bit okay. Oh, that's
Yeah.
great. Okay, cool. Making sure all that.
It's a
Uh,
long run process.
okay, for sure. At
Yeah.
least you got a mindset and a path where you're gonna go
True.
with
True.
all of that. So,
Yeah.
Jose, tell me about yourself. How can I put a description of it? From your high school career, did you have an other decision before you wanted to become an artist and designer of all that? Like, what did you want to be before that? Is it the same
Ooh.
idea of the career, or did you have something in mind before you wanted
Oh
to become
yeah, I changed a
firmly?
lot.
You changed a lot.
Yes.
What kind of careers were you deciding before you wanted to
Uh,
officially do this
be
career?
uh, be a financial analyst or like a stock marketing, like day trading, all that stuff,
Oh, for
or
sure.
be an astronaut. So that's my second. Yeah, two of those. Yeah.
That's cool. What kind of advice can you give to people about in a career, any kind of career field, maybe a designer or maybe engineer or like a doctor or a lawyer? Like, what kind
Oh
of
yeah.
advice can you give to people to like follow their dreams, to do all that? What kind of advice can you give to someone like that, to like follow a
Don't give up,
passion?
guys. Don't give up.
Don't give up.
Hustle, hustle,
Hustle,
and don't give up.
hustle
Hard
that
work.
hustle.
Yeah.
Caleb, do you have anything to say or questions to Jose?
No, sir, I don't.
She do not know.
I do
Okay.
not.
Okay, that's cool. Just asking if you wanted to interact, to have some questions to him about anything. No?
Okay.
I understand. Okay,
Okay.
cool. All right, so we're gonna get off a little bit of topic. We're gonna talk about yesterday's episode, which Caleb and I was at last time. Jose just recently just jumped on to episode 3, which I'm glad he jumped in to get more interested about my podcast, which he didn't watch yet, but hopefully he get to watch soon. I'll send you everything, the links and everything to
True.
watch over
True.
to see if you want to be more interested of it. So last episode, the ending of episode 2, we were talking about the boxing challenge that I wanted to talk about, because me and Caleb were talking recently about Logan Paul and KSI's fight and saw how that went. But mainly, we're everyone's curious about who do I want to box this year or soon. So basically, I have picked out the guy I want to fight, and it's gonna be Shockley. That you both guys know him, and I know him as well. I've been knowing him for at least a good 10 years or less. But I challenged. I'm calling him out. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's watching this by now when this goes on air and everything. And I challenged Jesus Martinez to a boxing fight, 6 rounds, 3 minutes. Which hopefully he sees this and accepts my offer. I'm challenging him out there. It's out there. See if he would challenge me to fight. I don't know. So discussed that. I discussed that with my buddy with the program of boxing since he's been doing that for a while, and he made a poster. Since I printed out off the internet, and we see right here, the poster he created off of the internet of his design. He put my last name versus his last name on September 12th, 2020, which people are wondering where is this going to be located. It's going to be the state of Illinois, the upper northern of the city, of the Lake County area where we'll be fighting the fight. If he does commit to offering my challenge on the podcast. And basically, it's going to be on air on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook Live. Anybody who has those kind of apps or uses those social medias, you can go and watch it for free, no charge, just to see who will win this fight. And honestly, my opinion of this fight, I think that usually I think, why am I challenging him and why am I want to box? Honestly, I think that I just need to get in the ring and show somebody the ropes and see who's good. I'm pretty much don't have much experience to almost less than a year of boxing. I don't know how much years and experience Jesus has to boxing against me. But I think that when he decides to see this and gives me an answer on social media to fight me, then by all means, I can't wait to see what happens. Why am I challenging him? Well, honestly, I think I can take him. I think I can knock him out in the third round. Not saying I'm a cocky guy, but I sound like it. But I think I can take him. I think I can beat him. It's gonna be a really close match. I think I have the opportunity to have two talented guys in a ring to fight me. Well, just me and him, not two of us basically. I think I can take him. Let's see what he says. What are your thoughts about this fight, Jose? What do you think about this challenge I'm accepting out there to him?
I don't know, man. I'm not, like a boxing person, but
Oh, okay.
it was some fun.
What
Yeah.
is your what was your thoughts when I challenged the person's name I called out? What do you thought about that? What did you think?
Um, it sounds good, man. It would be a good fight.
You think there would be opportunity of what kind of percentage of me and him winning? What do you think the percentages between him and me to win a fight? Which one who will win it in your prediction in this
I
fight?
don't know, man.
You think it'll be a tie, like
Probably a
50-50?
tie.
It'll be a 50-50.
Probably a tie.
Maybe I have the upper percentage of versus him, or maybe he has the upper percentage of me. We don't know. But I just want to see your thoughts on my open challenge against him and see what you think about it.
It depends probably the how he exercise, how his skills and everything. That's the only reason.
Yeah, I
He
mean,
has good skills there. You'll be kind of like a tie. You have better, more skills and more quickly hitting and punching and everything. You'll be fine, man.
for sure. I think between the training between him and me, since we only have a 4 months gap before the fight, if he does decide September 12th of this year to go one-on-one with me in a ring, I think that is he up for the challenge? I'm calling him out, challenging him, see if he has the will to stand up in a ring with me one-on-one for 6 rounds. I want to see what happens. If this fight does happen, that's great. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm pretty sure I should win it. Caleb, do you have any thoughts about this open challenge call to this man?
I do not.
You do not have anything.
I'm completely speechless.
Your speech is about who I'm challenging about the fight.
Yeah, I am.
Okay. All right. So at this point, everybody that wanted to fight me, I'm sorry. I wish you would get a chance. But after I win this fight, anybody I looking for a challenge after I beat Jesus in the 6 rounds, beat him by the third round, by all means, I'm open to anybody. But at this point, I'm focusing on this fight if it does happen. But anyways, let's get off the topic after everybody wanted to know what was my decision, who I wanted to call out. So you have folks have it. That's who I want. Jesus Martinez, you're watching this? Give me a call. Let's see if the offer is going to happen the tables and put everything on the line. All right, today on the Keegan podcast, Tatted Up. So basically, this whole COVID-19, I know, again, I'm bringing it up so many times, but what was your thoughts when you react to this, Jose? What was your thoughts about this whole
Mm,
coronavirus coming into America crisis thing?
there's a lot of conspiracy theories around everywhere. about saying different things about it. Some on some in the United States. Some I heard that one of the persons created the coronavirus in the United States and sell it to the other foreign countries, and then and it used to be like how many years? Probably like 2 or 3 years ago. I don't know. I forgot when was it.
No,
2010, I think so. I'm not sure.
probably. I didn't give my research of this virus.
Yeah, probably there.
Yeah, I just
Yeah,
started reading it this year, from the beginning of this year. It's January. But
yeah,
I'm surprised it started before the year 2020 happened, all that.
that's true.
Hopefully we all go through it and get past this virus, and hopefully we can reopen everything, not fast, but like slow at a time to make it get through each day. Reopening everything so quick is gonna might make it worse, and we have to shut down for a while, maybe another year or two, to reopen all our society things, to go back to our real life things, to do, going like to the gym, working, and enjoying the weather and all that stuff. Hopefully we can get back to that before anything else gets worse out of hand. The government's not, they're trying their best, but they're kind of really not the smartest people at the moment for all these things, wasting a lot of money and blaming a lot of people and stuff like that. I saw how Trump's on the news that he's not wearing a mask around where he's visiting other states and cities, and he's just walking around like nothing's really, it's not like really going to bother him. But I mean, worst case scenario, older guys or elders, from men or women, do catch it more easily versus younger people. But I mean, I'm pretty sure anybody can have it. But my thoughts on that was pretty dumb. How he's just a president. Our president is just wearing no mask, running around with his open mouth, like he's breathing the same air as us. And then he's playing golf with no mask again. Everything like that. I don't know what's going on in this society, but we'll figure it out. Something. I mean, this is not how we want it to be. Um, Yeah, I mean, what is your thoughts about Trump being like, the idiotic meme of the world, of him not doing it? I don't know, something like that. What do you think?
I, I'm not that type of political. Uh,
Political thing, people?
people. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm honestly trying not to be political on this podcast, but I mean, if you're not really don't have a thought on it, Caleb, do you have any thoughts about Trump and his words and his actions during this whole virus thing?
Well, he's not really doing a good job, to be honest with you.
That's
I know,
good.
he's trying to do the best he can, but there's no telling if he's gonna do it or not. He's
Oh,
might.
okay. Thanks you for your opinion and words on that. Appreciate it. Let's just get out of the topic of political, because I'm not really a big debatable guy about that kind of stuff. Just wanted to go throw some facts out there about him. And I know my opinion looks really different. Like, oh, you don't like him? I mean, yeah, I mean, it's a 50-50. I mean, he doesn't really affect me because I'm just I'm a typical American in the country. I mean, nothing really affected me as a person, but I can have my opinion on him. He's a good and bad person, but we're stuck with him for a while, but we'll figure out the next presidency this year, see who's going to win. Some people are saying about like maybe 95% chance of him winning this year's election to be the next, another 4 years, the second term. I mean, honestly, I don't mind, but I'll be for real with everybody. If he's going to pay me for the next year just to sit for the next 4 years doing nothing, sitting here doing nothing, I mean, I'm happy to get those unemployment checks, just 1,200. I heard it's supposed to go up to 2,500 or more, but
Damn,
I'm
that's
surprised. I mean, if he's gonna be a president, I mean, you better pay me that money because I'm not really
all
trying to
right.
work. I'm not trying to work no more. But nah, I'm not really. It's a debatable opinion of me hating him or not, but it's whatever. All that. Other news. Today, uh, is almost marking the day before reopening everybody's states up again to the public, to the stores and the malls and the beaches and the lakes and everything, restaurants reopening. I see that starting tomorrow. They're starting to reopen everything back to how we were before last year, before now, and all that. And all I see is like, I mean, it's kind of too soon, but hopefully we can figure it out and take it slow by steps to reopen everything, because if we kind of rush everything, it's going to get too far and all that. But nah, we'll get into that later on. of that. But we'll see what happens tomorrow when we update. See what happens. But all right. Anyways, so today we're gonna do a little trend thing. We started last episode. It's called embarrassing moments. We did this last episode with me, Caleb, and Matt last episode. So Jose, we're gonna ask you what was the most embarrassing moment you had throughout your life, either it was in high school or younger or in present time. What was your embarrassing moment?
Oh, this is the most dumbest thing. Can I swear or no?
You're fine. You can swear.
Okay. Um, I was watching X-Men. I
Mm-hmm.
was watching Wolverine. You know, Wolverine is like you can like shoot bullets on him,
Yeah,
and he
yeah,
heals quickly.
yeah,
And later on, in a few hours later, I grab like some scissors, and the tip of your finger,
yeah.
I
It's your
cut.
fair.
Yeah, I was thinking I was like I can heal really fast, and it took me like 2 days. It was like so painful.
Oh, so you cut yourself open with your finger, and you're trying to see
Yeah,
you're
right.
trying to pretend you're X-Men. You're trying to pretend you're Wolverine. You know,
Yeah,
that's pretty funny. Like I'm surprised you did
right.
that. That's pretty dangerous, hurting your skin. But that's pretty funny. I mean, I did worse. I mean, I cut someone's hair with scissors. I mean, that was different, but that was another time. I was younger. Uh, I think for me, for embarrassing moment to start it, I remember I was in middle school, and I remember Caleb remembered this because I told him after class because I met up with him. So I was going to the bathroom before my class period, and I walked into the bathroom and I wasn't paying attention. I was on my phone, my iPhone 4. Wow, I was old. I'm really old for that. Just having a little iPhone 4 when the iPhone 5 was coming out. But anyway, so I wasn't paying attention. I was on my phone listening to music or looking at Vine, whatever, something like that. I walked into the bathroom. I didn't know I was going to the wrong bathroom, and I noticed. I walked in. I saw just stalls, and I was like, "Where's the urinals?" I mean, I know there's at least one or two stalls in the men's bathroom, but
What
when I
are you
walked in
talking
there,
about? I
I
wasn't
walked.
even.
Yeah, I wasn't. I didn't know. I was like four stalls in there, and
Wow,
I
you telling me. I wasn't
peed,
even here.
and then I
Yeah.
left, and the teacher told me. The teacher was watching me walk in because I didn't know, but thank God there was no girls in there. She told me, "Hey, I need to talk to you about something." I was like, "Yes, what was it about?" And then I walked into the women's bathroom the whole time. I was like, "Huh, I did." It's like I wasn't really paying attention at the time. I was just on my phone. I was like, I thought they remodeled the boys' bathroom to just the toilets. I'm like, that's pretty weird. And I was like, why would they do that to me? That was an embarrassing moment. I walked into the girls' bathroom that I didn't know. But yeah, Caleb, do you have anything else embarrassing to tell about that you had growing up or right now?
I I don't at all. And that story is made up. I wasn't even there.
What do you mean it was made up? It happened for real. You were there. I told you the day of it.
What are you talking about? I wasn't even there. I was out of the state. Remember?
I
I was
believe
out of
you were out of state.
yeah, I
Well,
was out of the
well, I
state.
told you somehow. I told you somehow. It just happened. I walked into a girl's bathroom when I was like 13, 12 years old
I
in
don't
the
think
school.
it's surprising, but it's surprising, but I don't think I remember though.
Maybe you just forgot. It was like I remember it because that was an embarrassing moment. I was as a preteen just growing up, and I was like, that was the most embarrassing thing. I never talked about it, with anybody.
Yeah, yep.
But anyways, um, what you call it? Oh, let me see. So anybody heard the thing about what you call it? I'm trying to think. What was it? I'm trying to say. Oh yes. So Jose, for the artist thing, have you
Yeah.
ever posted on social media like your art and work and stuff, or video, something like that? Have you ever gone into that kind of situation of posting it on the internet to see what people feedback would be about of your work so far?
A little bit. I have
Yeah.
a personal one, like my own professional one.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, professional. What is that
Yeah.
called? So the viewers might want to check it out, and get you exposed out there on the internet. What's the account called, or it's a
Oh,
website or whatever?
okay, I got it in Instagram. It's P.A. Productions.
Okay.
That's my professional account for Instagram, and my personal one is the same thing, but two S's at the end.
Okay, two S's. You hear that, folks? If you want to see his work, go to those on Instagram. I will post it on the description below, and you can look at it and look him up on Instagram and see his work and give him feedback and give him some good advice to see what he's doing. But of that, so Caleb, I wanted to bring up your author stuff of books and drawings. Have you ever thought of considering of comics?
Oh yeah, my aunt mentioned it to me though.
Okay. Have you ever thought of have an idea of what kind of comic you wanted to start making of your own or something to like parody of?
No, not right now. No, not at the moment. But probably maybe probably like in my like if I get 21 maybe, or probably like have some other ideas.
Oh, okay. So what kind of drawings do you make to be more specific of it? What kind of drawings do you want to create? What do you like? What's your favorite things you like to make into reality to real life of
Cartoons.
the characters?
Cartoons.
Cartoons of like animals, people, objects. What kind of specific drawings?
Or
Everything.
manga.
Manga, everything. He says
Yeah,
everything. That's cool.
Manga's
Everything.
right.
All right. So, what you call it? Well, at least you have an idea what you're creating, what kind of objects and things you want to make into a comic or a story or a book. At least you have a path so far making to that. That's great. Of that, appreciate that. What your ideas and where you're going with. That's great. So, I'm gonna get back on the topic of the fight. I want to get more specific of it real quick. I know I said in the beginning, and then I talked about other things of it. So, if this fight happens, hopefully it does. Uh, if it does, I have a lot of things I want to get off my chest to express to him in the ring with my gloves in his face. But I don't want to make him feel like, oh, he's talking crap about me on his podcast. He doesn't know who I am. I'm like, okay. Uh, at this point, um, I think that if he wants to talk smack and I'm going to talk smack, I think talking trash is going to make it get out of control. It's like, how can I relate it to? It was like Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather, how they fought in a boxing ring after that year. Like he came out of the UFC to fight in the boxing ring and all that. I'm just like, well, I want that kind of energy. But, again, we're not really famous celebrities or athletes. We're just typical average people who just do daily life, 9 to 5, like American jobs always. But, hopefully we can figure out some kind of energy like that. But I'm pretty sure we're not, but it's all good. But hopefully we can get something like that and get like that. And, you know, um, so the day was September 12th this year. We're confirming the location as we speak. Excuse me again. We're going to figure out who is going to be the official, who's going to be recording all of this and all this stuff. And then we're going to figure out from there and get the setup and the training. There will probably be a documentary or a journey video about both the competitors to this fight, recording what they're doing versus, what the other person is doing. So like how they document, other fighters, like when they recorded documentary McGregor and Mayweather about what they're training and then when they're talking about smack and all that stuff. It's going to be like that of a journey video. And we'll see who wins. I'm trying to get as much hype as I can, but we'll figure out all that stuff and go from there. I'm excited. I can't wait to see this fight happen. It's gonna be a little nervous because I'm not a professional boxer. Again, like I'm just a guy just wants to box, and I had less than a year experience of the sport, but we can go from there and all that. Yeah, just hopefully we'll get something out of him and go from there. All right, so I'm gonna jump out of that real quick. So just to get my chest and my shoulders don't feel all pressured up all from it. It's a big journey jump for me for this year. 2020 has been a crazy year for me, man. After this virus and school has been shutting down, and I have to do online and everything to do everything, and working on projects that I want to work on to make them successful in the future. And then I got this so what boxing match I have to get agreed on everything. So yeah, but we will have an interview, conference with him and me, and then our announcer and everybody who will be talking. That will be on a podcast later on when we get a chance to talk to him. And me and him are gonna debate and talk about everything. It might get a little nasty on there, but we don't know. We'll find out when we get to that episode and that day and time. Hopefully nothing goes crazy, but we'll get to it. So things to do. If you want to know more about everything, the fight and everything, just watch the documentary that's gonna be coming out soon. Everything like that, we're gonna create it, but we gotta wait. Before we do all that, we gotta see what his answer is on it and see what happens. But today we're gonna talk about a different sport, not boxing. We're gonna talk about. I'm bringing up this documentary that happened just recently this year to watch since we're all stuck at home doing nothing. I don't know if you guys heard of it. It was called The Last Dance by Michael Jordan, about his whole career when he won his 6 rings. I don't know if you guys heard of it.
I heard of it.
You heard of it. Have you guys watched? No, he did not watch it. You guys watched something about it or heard about it at least?
I didn't watch it, but I did hear about it though.
Well, I'm going to just get a quick summary about it. I don't want to ruin it for you guys. But it's on the internet everywhere, so everyone's exposing it. But it's basically about how Michael Jordan started from being, the trash player. But he's not trash. He was, Jesus, I had a lot of water. From being a good player in his prime in the 80s, and then he made to the NBA Finals bracket to make it, but he always got swept the first round or second round and never made it that far into the 90s. That's when his biggest prime hit it, and all that from 1990 to 98 when he won his first 6 rings, first 3 with Pippen, and then the other 3 with Dennis Rodman and Pippen again, and they won their third last 2 repeats of 3-time champions. And it was a sad and tragic and lovely story about a player that went from trying his best to carry a team by himself to grabbing 2 great superstars later on in his journey. And that story touches a lot of people who play basketball or never play basketball to feel the journey of it and all that. It's a great documentary if you guys ever get a chance to watch it. And it goes from there. I mean, honestly, I've been watching these videos and pictures and memes about, are they going to make a LeBron James documentary about his career only winning 3 rings and stuff? And then they're going to hopefully, I think, my opinion, the next documentary should be about Kobe Bryant after 20 years of playing basketball, after he passed away.
Oh yeah.
I believe that I think we should have a Kobe Bryant jersey, not Kobe Bryant jersey, a Kobe Bryant documentary about that. And hopefully we can get into those and learn. That'll be a good documentary to watch and see how he was. He was a different player than everybody. He was more into the sport and took it more seriously than every other person. That guy is a good role model for basketball to look up to every day. If you're into that sport and want to be a player like that. Hopefully they do that. The LeBron James one is kind of a funny joke. They want to do him, and only he's playing for he's been playing in this. He's been in the NBA for 17 years already, and I mean honestly, he's not. He could retire maybe in 3 years from now, or maybe he could stop. I don't know how long he wants to play. He could play until he's 40, or maybe he's 50. I don't know how old he wants to stay playing, but all that.
Kobe was in how many years since Kobe was playing?
He played for 20 years from 1996 to 2016. That was 20 seasons, so 20 years.
Sure.
He played. He did. I like how he started. He didn't he started really bad. He was the youngest guy on the team too. He was only 18 out of high school going into the NBA. And he didn't make it that far for the NBA, but he got his prime. He started getting better over the years. He started winning his 3 championships with Shaquille O'Neal, which they should also do a documentary about either both of them or just either one of them. But that was a good duel during the early 2000s of that. They wish they should just document all the great players. Like who they else should say they talk about. They should do one about Vince Carter. I mean, he didn't win a championship, but maybe it's good to hear about his backstory and about learning. He's been still playing to this day in his late 40s, I believe. I don't know how old he is now, but he's somewhere around there playing basketball for 4 decades. I think the 1990s time, around the 1990s, the 2000s, and 2010s, and then 2020 era, which the season got canceled due to the virus. I mean, all NBA players can, the greatest can have their documentary about everything and all that. That'd be cool to do it. Which, if they do bring this up, if they do document this fight, which is not a popular fight, if they do bring this into a funny movie or a documentary, that would be great. Not making a joke or anything about the fight, but I'll be cool to watch the documentary. Hopefully, we'll make it and then see the journey of two. I'm not gonna say greatest fighters, but okay, good fighters, because we were both not probably professional boxers, but it's cool to take the journey of two guys who are good friends, and now they're gonna say, hey, why not challenge? I'm challenging him to fight, which everyone's like, oh, why are you challenging him? Like, you should challenge me. Are you scared to fight me because I'm bigger than you? I'm stronger than you? No. I just think that you could have potential against me, but I think Mr. Martinez could have an opportunity to fight me. I think I can handle him in the ring. If anyone else wants to debate about that, we can talk after the fight if I win or lose, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to win. Like I said to Jose, I'm going to knock him out in the third round. This is basically the whole podcast is about. I'm knocking him out because I think I will win and all that. But Caleb, in your thoughts, who do you think will win the fight in your prediction against Martinez versus Traver in the boxing fight this fall?
The thing is, though, I don't know why you want to fight Jesus. How come?
Why do I want to fight him?
Yeah, why you want to fight him? You're acting like KSI versus Logan Paul.
I know it sounds like that, right? It looks like that. And honestly, I'm pretty sure everyone can agree with Caleb and say, yes, it sounds like that. But
Patty, you're you're acting like that guy.
Well, look, I think I can fight anybody. I can do it. I don't have the body for it, but I can do it. But I can train as hard as I can to become a best boxer. But less than a year experience of it, I can try.
Whoa.
But I think I can beat him. I have nothing against him, but I think it'll be a good fight.
I mean, to be honest with you, it might be.
It might be.
We just have to see. That's all. We just have to see who wins.
Yes, and whoever walks out of that match will become the better man. I'm only looking for this fight for one reason only, to see who's the better man in the ring. And I think I'm the better man. And I know I can take him. I think how did I feel in school? I feel like I was always number 2 with him. And he's always number 1. And sometimes I did have my upper hand to get 1, but to determine who's better, I feel like I'm number 1 out of him. I think he's number 2. It's like Batman and Robin. I'm always Robin. He's Batman. But today, this is going to change. I'm going to be Batman. He's going to be Robin. So I'm not comparing superheroes, but I think that's how I felt for a while with him. I felt like I was always in his shadow. But I kind of came out, I think I can do it. So that's all I got to do, Any other things and thoughts and questions about this fight, Caleb? Do you have anything else to say about it?
I don't. I'm just hoping for the fight happens,
Will you be in my corner? I'm just curious, since it's going on public, since it can hear anybody's opinion about who and what. Who corner you're going to be in that fight?
I don't know.
Who are you going to support? Which side you want to team?
I guess. I don't know.
Do you want Team Traver or Team Martinez?
I don't know. I gotta think about that, sir.
Oh, and have you been how long as friends? And you're deciding this now? Wow.
Like I'm just neutral. I'm between, so I have to choose.
I know you're good friends with both of us, but it'll come down to this for ending a friendship. Who will you stay aside with? I know it's a lot of pressure to answer on a live podcast, but what do you think?
I guess you.
You hear it, folks. Caleb just decides to be on Team Keegan. Martinez, that's one tag. That's one slash on my side, 0 on your side. We don't know who's gonna be in your corner that night. We'll see who happens and all that. I don't know about Jose. I don't know if he's gonna be neutral,
I'm neutral, man.
unless he
Neutral.
goes to another side. At the end of the day, we're not gonna find out unless he does. Maybe if I see him that night
In
of
the
the
right
fight,
moment, I'll be like,
he's gonna switch to Martinez's team. But hopefully, we'll figure it out.
yeah,
But
we'll see.
anyways, guys, we'll let you know. I'll give you more details of the fight and get into it more. We'll get contact of Mr. Martinez to see if he'll be on this podcast to talk. This episode is basically about everything about Jose and the boxing match. Everyone wanted to know what's going to happen and a little bit of life right now is going around. Well, I have nothing else to talk about at this point. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Tatted Up. I'm your host, Keegan. Thanks again, Jose, for being on the show. I
Thank you.
appreciate it. Everyone have a good night. Stay safe. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification button if you want to see more latest episodes or the oldest ones. I'm Keegan, and I'm out.
Caleb.
And
Jose.
Jose.